Hello there, this is Misha from Quick Start Forex. I'm sorry that I didn't upload any new recent videos. As you can probably hear, I'm sick as a dog. But I decided to quickly shoot this video and show some of the trade setups that I've taken in the last week and the ones that I'm looking at and still am in. So the first one I want to show is the GBPJPY trade that I'm in currently. This setup occurred based on the 6-hour and the daily chart. I entered based on the 6-hour. As you can see, I'll just quickly want to run through these setups. You can see here we have got a good bounce there. It's a bit lower than a bit higher than this wick bounce here, but this support and resistance area is mainly due to these two bounces here. And I think I placed it based on the daily chart, as you can see here and there and here. We can see there's definitely some support and resistance coming in. If we go down to the 4-hour, I think it shows it even nicer. If we go back to these two major bounces in July last year, as you can see, these are very strong and the price has had serious difficulty breaking through that level. So definitely a valid support and resistance area. We can see that we have a very good downtrend happening at the moment. And the setup occurred based on, I'm going to talk about it on the 6-hour because price action wise it just looks a bit nicer. So we've broken through the support and resistance area, we've had a very strong push up, and then we see some indecision forming on top of this area. So I entered this trade just a couple of pips, about 5 pips below this indecision candle on my other account, and we're still in this trade. The reason I want to show this is because this trade has had some serious difficulty at this level. Okay, you can see here the price has been stalling for quite a bit of time. This candle here almost knocked me out of the trade, not quite, but stop loss is about 5 pips above the indecision high. And then today, about 6 hours ago, we saw another really high push up, and still the bulls didn't manage to break through the support and resistance area. So you need to, the point I'm trying to make is you need to give your trade time. Obviously we'd like to see a very quick push downwards, but it's just not always the case. So I'm sticking to my guns here because I can see the bears are still fighting hard and for control of price. So yes, I'm in a little bit of a profit here, but it's so small, and the target for this trade is actually quite a bit. The reason for that is, if we look at the daily chart, let's just zoom in a little bit. You can see here we have the same sort of approach. We went up to this support and resistance area. We see indecision, and we see even more indecision, right, in the next candle. I wouldn't enter based on this low. I've entered already based on this indecision candle here. Okay. But as you see, today's price action also, again, the bulls tried to push upwards. The bears just showed that they're still fighting for control in this recent downtrend. So my target for this is actually a bit more because it coincides with the daily chart, if that makes sense. So we have a 6-hour chart pattern or trading setup, which also now is confirmed on the daily chart, which makes it even stronger. So my target for this trade is about this support and resistance area here at the bottom. So let's just go down another chart. So typically I think my stop loss is around 80 pips. Yeah, it's about 80 pips. So normally I target 120, but in this scenario I'm targeting around, I think it was 240. Yeah, it's about 3 times what I'm risking. So it would be amazing if it hits it. I have had 2 losses also recently, so it would be just a nice recovery. Okay, so this is trade. I'm still in it. I hope it makes sense price action wise. This one is on USDJPY 4-hour chart, so just as in the setup that I've taught you in the free course, but this one sadly didn't trigger. Well, not maybe not sadly, but so the setup occurred here. We see it's a general downtrend, which is great. We have a support and resistance area around this level. And just to quickly see where I got it from, very clear. I mean, this is couldn't be a clearer support and resistance area. We've got a bounce here, wick bounce, broke through. Again, we're finding support on this level, and it's again finding support on this level here. I'm pretty sure if we go back, there was another great bounce from this level, but it's so old it's not even that valid anymore. Okay, here it is. So as you can see, these support and resistance areas last for quite a bit of time. So we have a strong move upwards into this area. We see this nice indecision candle forming, breaking through support and resistance area, but not managing to close above it. So my entry was here at the bottom of this indecision candle, but sadly the bulls did show that they still had strength, and as soon as the high of this indecision candle was broken, I cancelled my order. So I just want to show you these setups that occur quite frequently on your charts. The next one was a winner that I took. Let's just quickly chat about this one. As you can see, there's a trend line running through here, but it's not as important. It's just to show that, you know, this is a very clear bullish trend happening on Australian dollar, US dollar at the moment. So the setup occurred on the 4-hour chart. We have nice support and resistance area here. This is confirmed by this price action here as well. As you can see, it could be a bit low, but it's quite clear that price has been struggling in this area. Okay, then we have the setup occurred right here. We broke through this area, and we see a nice retracement back to this area with indecision forming right on top of it. It almost co-aligns with the trend line here as well. So this was quite a quick profit. The entry was just above this indecision candle. I think my stop loss was around 30 pips. 30 pips targeting 1.5, so 45. And it was in this SR area. We hit it within 8 hours. So that was a very nice quick profit that I took last week. Okay, I'm sorry about being sick. Sadly, I can't do anything about it. The next one I wanted to show is US dollar CAD. This one I took today. Also a very nice quick profit that I took, and it's even racing onwards. So for even more profit if you would have held. But as you can see, I think you see already the setup here. We have a nice support and resistance area going on here. We have a nice bear move down into this area. We see it's already, as soon as you see the price action kind of slows down. We had a strong move, less strong, and then it's kind of stalling, and then we have this semi-pin bar happening or appearing on top of the support and resistance area. So the entry was again about 3 pips. I think I targeted 324. Yeah, that was my entry. My stop loss was about 32, 33, I think it was. Now I think I targeted it was a bit more. I wanted to have it below this support and resistance area. I think it was 35. Then I targeted 1.5 pips, and this was easily accomplished by this strong bullish reversal. I don't think there was another setup here. No, so I took a few scalping trades, but I haven't taught any scalping in the website. If that is something that you're interested in, let me know. Scalping is trading very short time frames, basically on the 5-minute chart or lower, but I personally trade on the 5-minute for some quick trades during the day. If that's something you're interested in, just leave a comment on the post or on the video, and I'll be sure to add something about scalping on the website. Then the last thing I wanted to show you is something that's occurring right now, and I haven't entered this trade yet. This is a bit more of an advanced setup, but I'm going to talk about it in any way. So this is a cross pair Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar is a bit risky this week because Trump is still releasing quite a bit of statements or policies that he wants to change, so a bit more risky. but still a very good trade. So we see we can't really classify this as a downtrend because this move is so strong, but this in itself is quite a good setup. So we have a very strong move up into support and resistance area. You can see this is a very clear support and resistance area, even especially on the daily chart. So let's just zoom in a little bit more. So then this first indecision candle I didn't take because it was on Friday. Let's just quickly see here. So this was on the 20th, as you see here at the bottom. Do you see here, 20th? And then the next day is the 23rd. So I did not trade on Friday because I normally don't. But then on Monday we saw this candle appearing, this very clear pin bar. So I did not enter this trade based on the break of the low because the stop is just simply a bit too high for my liking, especially on a daily chart. So this one here is a bit more advanced method where you enter based on a retrace. So you want the bears to show that they do have the power to make a new low, and you do expect a bit of power by the bulls still. So you wait for it to break and you enter on a retrace. So my retrace is generally 50% of this long wick bar, so that's about 80 pips. So if it goes up 40, which is about now, to be honest, so I might enter this trade right now. I enter this trade right here. I do, however, put my stop a bit higher, not just a few pips above the indecision candle, because you're entering on a retrace, which means your target is much quicker attained, if that makes sense. So if I enter round about current price, my stop is not, normally it would be about 40 pips, but I would probably put it around 50 or even 60 pips. So my target would still be 1.5 times that. So 60 times 1.5 is 90, which is still, very attainable. If you're a long-term trader, you might even consider targeting something here at the bottom, but it just takes too long for me personally. So this is something that I'm looking at right now. I don't know if I'll enter yet. Now I quickly want to see if Trump still has something to do with the Canadian dollar. But that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that I seem a bit dull. I promise I'm quite happy. I'm just sick. All the best to your trading. I hope I can upload some more trade setups that occurred soon. All the best, trade safe, and I'll chat to you soon. Cheerio.